What's going on today, guys? So I'm not a Ford guy, but this is a 2019 F350 6.7 turbo diesel, and we've got 100,000 kilometers on this truck now. And I just want to talk about the troubles we've had and a little bit about the truck's life. As you can see, we got a 14-foot trailer hooked to it. This truck has pretty much had this trailer hooked to it probably 80% of its life. And we're going to jump inside here out of the wind so you can hear me a little better. And we're going to talk about this truck a little. So as you can see, we've got almost 100,000 kilometers onto her. And this thing has been pretty good. The maintenance, we're going to talk about the maintenance here for a bit. At 87,000 or 90,000, we put a set of brake pads onto it. We went with the carbon power stop brakes, carbon ceramics from Rock Auto. They were only like 172 bucks front and back. We serviced them before they actually wore out and ruined the rotors. So if you do your own maintenance, you want to check your brakes out between 80 and 90,000 if you're hauling trailers a lot. The second thing we did at 87,000, we replaced the air filter element. Just, you know, good practice, good maintenance. So at 99,000 kilometers, we have done so far 7 oil changes. The truck will let you go about 15,000 in oil change, but hauling the trailer, it doesn't hurt to do it a little bit earlier. When we bought the truck new, or when the boss bought the truck new, big guy over at Work and Play TV, check out his new 2020 Platinum. That truck is probably 10 times the truck this would ever dream of being, and I only driven it once. But this truck for a Ford, we had a 2009 before this, and Ford's come a long ways. I really can't say they didn't, because as you can see, 100,000 kilometers dragging that trailer around. The back of it's full of gear. We got a steel work box and stuff onto it. It's been doing pretty good. And I drive, you know, interprovincial, so right now we're in New Brunswick. This truck's seen every kilometer of road in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick both, and New Brunswick has some pretty unforgiving spots. So again, 100,000 kilometers, we haven't touched a ball joint, we haven't touched any springs, any shocks. I personally service this myself. The boss lets me because I drive it most of the time. I bet you he'd probably even vouch for me. If he put 10,000 of those 99,000 on this, it would probably take it all. So this has pretty much been my baby. We didn't really have the greatest work trucks up until he bought me this one, and I told him we needed a good truck. And anyway, he surprised me when he bought this, because it's like, you know, $90,000. It's not a cheap thing to buy. So again, check him out, Work and Play TV. He's got a pretty good channel there going on. So the oil changes, you Ford guys, when we bought this truck new, the boss wanted to run the Mobil 1 540 synthetic, which that's a great oil, no problems with it at all. But the last 2 oil changes, we switched it to the T6 Rotella, just because at my distributor it's easier to get and it's on the shelf. A little bit cheaper, not much. An oil change in this truck, I do it myself. It costs about 168 or 170 bucks, something in that area. They hold, you know, 15 liters roughly. So when we switch to the T6, you'll see now, this truck's due for an oil change. I don't know if you can see the sticker there. It's only got about 5,000 left. And usually we try to do it a little bit early for the sake that we haul the trailer with it all the time. But if you're wondering which is the better oil of the two, This truck's only at idle right now, and as you can see, my oil pressure is quite a bit over halfway. So with the Mobil 1, especially with 10,000 kilometers on the oil, that gauge would not even kiss halfway. So myself personally, I run Rotella 540 in a lot of my off-road machines. I run it in my 540i BMW. It's a very, very, very good oil. So I don't know what your preference is, but if you're wondering what's a good brand of oil for this truck, I'm going to tell you the T6 540 Rotella is probably your best bet, and the oil pressure gauge says so. So another thing I want to say, the Power Stop ceramic brakes, when we bought this truck new, every time I come to New Brunswick, sorry for the wind, within about 2,000 kilometers, the rims would just be like brown, red, just destroyed with dirt. Now I installed the new pads, like I said, around 87,000 I believe, so we've got 10,000 kilometers, and I didn't even really clean the wheels up good after I put the new pads on, because, you know, whatever. But 10,000 kilometers with the new brakes, guys, and I want you to check out these Power Stop brakes. See that wheel? If you're running chrome wheels, you want to order yourself these brakes right off the bat, because there's absolutely no dust comes off them. Sometimes at slow driving speeds you'll get a little bit of squeaking, but they're a very, very grabby pad, and they work well. Highway speeds, especially when the truck's empty, you can actually notice quite a substantial difference in the brake pedal with the Power Stop carbon ceramics. So that's a great product for your Ford F350. So all in all, 100,000 kilometers in this truck, and the maintenance bill, 7 oil changes at $170, an air filter $45, and a set of brakes $172. So that's pretty impressive. We're still, you know, all stock U-joints. Last time I had it on the hoist, the back one might be starting to get a little bit of play, but it's not really scaring me yet. So again, this has been a pretty good truck. It's been worked very hard. You know, we go to remote locations up in mountains. We do cell tower service. So I mean, if you're thinking of buying one of these and you got a lot of work to do and you're always dragging a trailer, it's a lot of money, but here's 100,000 kilometers of reassurance in what you're going to go through. There's been absolutely no recalls, no actual issues that the trucks had to go to the dealership. One time we almost run out of DEF and it put the truck into limp mode. And after I filled the tank, it took it quite a while to respawn. So the truck went into limp mode and would only go 80 kilometers an hour. But I ended up pulling over and shutting it off and starting it up like 3 or 4 times. And finally it went away. But at first we thought we were going to have to take it back into the dealer. So now, if you're going to buy one of these new, I want to show you one more thing. When the boss purchased this truck brand new right from Ford, these lower fog lights, I don't know how well you can see in this video, but they are spider cracked all to shit, and I don't know how the glass hasn't broke right out of them, but if you clean them up, I think you'll be able to see in the video there. Both of them were destroyed right from day one. So before I end this video, me and the boss do agree on one thing. Toyo Open Country AT2 Extreme 12 ply tires. Amazing tire. If you're gonna run one of these trucks and go off-road, you need them. Don't cheap out, because it'll cost you. You cut the sidewall out of a tire with a trailer on in the woods, it's not really a fun procedure. So anyway, that's the 2019 100,000 kilometer Ford F350 review. Hope you guys enjoy.